I can hear movement behind the door. People always want to sue us, but then not talk to us. Kdo by to čekal, že pokračování příběhu dálničních známek bude to, že my dva právě teď jdeme do Bartolomějské ulice vypovídat na policii.
To je opravdu nečekané.
Ale ne, že by jako chtěli víc informací, ale že my z toho máme problém. Well, hello and welcome to the Czech Republic. If you've seen our previous episodes, you may know what's going on here. This behind me is an unofficial sales point for the highway vignette that charges more than 50% extra if you buy it here because they do a trick with the conversion rate from euros to Czech crowns. After we published our video last year where we explained this tourist trap, the reaction from the company was to sue us for defamation. Now, just to be clear, we are only stating the facts. The highway sticker for the Czech Republic for 10 days should cost around 12 euros, but they claim it to be 19.
How much is it vignette for 10 days?
19 euro.
Now, as I explained, the trick they do is they first convert your euros to Czech crowns at a very bad rate. And on top of that, they charge you a fee for purchasing the vignette through their store. We also talked to the spokesperson for the Czech highways, and he promised to us that they will terminate their contracts. Therefore, their reselling business will end. But that didn't happen, and they are still on most of the border crossings to our country. So we reached out to him again to see what went wrong.
Vypověděli jsme smlouvu, smlouva skončila, nevyklidili to smluvní místo nájmu, my jsme je zažalovali, první instanci jsme vyhráli a odvolali se. Takovýhle je stav.
Takže se soudí teda.
Předpokládám, že soud bude probíhat dál.
So the booths are still in business. Now, to explain the bizarreness of the situation, on all the border crossings there is always an official sales point, a machine where you can pay for the highway with your card for the official state price. But guess what? These machines are hidden in places where you would never find them, usually at the very end of the parking lots. So me and my friends decided to help a few travelers and the reputation of our country, at least for a day. So today we're here to tell people that arrive to our country that not only they can buy the vignette online through this QR code that will send them to the official website, but I've also created an ultra super cool map that will guide them to the official sales point that is at the very end of this parking lot. It's super hidden, so nobody can find it. Hello, sir. If you're going to buy a vignette, the official sales point is at the end of the parking lot. This is not it. Or you can buy it online. But I understand that a big building with a signed vignette has more trust than me. Finally, somebody scanned my back and the QR code worked. Or you can scan the QR code, it's online. I mean, when you actually see what the unofficial place looks like and with the signs it has, and you compare it to the tiny, small official one all the way hidden in the back, you kind of understand that people stop here or there, but not really over there. After arriving to Czech Republic from Slovakia, you will experience the most hideous border crossing I've ever seen in my life. And after crossing many booths saying you can buy the vignette here for 19 euros, you will eventually reach this point. There's no sign, nothing, but there's two machines where you can buy the vignette officially. Unfortunately, nobody is buying it here. I can't blame the people, I wouldn't too. Since our state has decided to hide the official machines into places no one will ever find them, we figured we'd at least ask if they could do some signs or arrows that would point the drivers in the right direction. With that question, we reached out to the State Fund for Transport Infrastructure. Proč se nedá tady udělat nějaký hezký značení na té cestě?
Je to jednoduché. My jsme požádali prostřednictvím ministerstva dopravy, ministerstvo vnitra, aby jsme mohli udělat vlastně vodorovné dopravní značení přímo jakoby na té odpočívce nebo před těmi kiosky. A ministerstvo vnitra nám ten souhlas, to souhlasné stanovisko nedalo s tím, že si myslí, že by to bylo nadbytečné a že je dostatečné to svislé dopravní značení.
Jo, a tady je ten oficiální, ta cedulku vpravo nahoře. Tam na tom byla vpravo nahoře taková miniaturní cedulka a to je, že tam někde ten automat bude. Já teda teď tady zrovna stojím a pozoruju tu situaci, tak bych vám chtěl říct, že ty značky rozhodně dostatečné nejsou. A značka, která je za mnou, kde je obrovský nápis Vignette, tady té společnosti, která to dává. je výrazně více vidět a taky jsou všichni toho. Naštěstí můj kamarád v zelené vestě odkazuje lidi správným směrem.
Well, we were pointing people in the right direction, but after a couple of hours, we went to see if all the drivers are successful at their purchase, and we came to this.
I cannot even explain what was just going on here. We were surrounded by people that we sent here to these official machines, and they were struggling to buy the vignettes here because the machines were not working for their cards. I mean, almost like 50% of people were unable to buy it here. It didn't work?
It didn't work.
I'm really sorry, I can't believe it. Mimo provoz. Yeah, tak this one broke down. Even a lady from the inside of this booth that sells the vignette with €4 extra, so I mean she's overcharging, not accepting cards, she told us like, oh, it's so good you guys are here. Usually when there's like holidays in Germany, it's a mess here. It's a zoo. People just don't know how it works and it usually doesn't work for them.
Just so you have an idea what the lady meant when she said it's a mess here, this is what the border crossing looks like when there's holidays in Germany. And the line you see is to the unofficial place. By the official machines, it is much shorter, and nowhere there is a mention of the fact that you can make the purchase online from your phone.
Takže to je často tady nefunguje ten automat?
Ani jeden třeba. No je to šílená ostuda prostě.
To je fakt ostuda teda?
Protože oni jsou pak hrozně bezradní.
Everyone who is responsible for this should be ashamed of themselves. And you sitting behind that desk in your office thinking like, I don't care what that YouTuber is saying. Well, people care.
Now let's leave the border and go back to the company that's running the unofficial sales point. Last time we reached out to them, we had some issues in communication.
Halo, já vás špatně slyším.
Já vás slyším skvěle, my natáčíme, já vás slyším skvěle, slyšíte mě?
Ne, jak mi to tam přeskakuje.
Aha, tak já budu mluvit pomaleji a zřetelněji. My natáčíme o slyšíme se? Já mám plný signál. Ano, já mám plný signál. Paní Gravková? Kámo, tak to bylo nejvíc.
Nope, Janek from the past, that was not epic. But you know what is? A disappearing cell phone. But we will get to that. Since talking on the phone wasn't really working for us, we decided to pay them a visit at their company headquarters. Maybe we'll have more luck talking to them.
Hello? Anyone can hear me? I don't know. We called this person a while back and she couldn't hear us. Or at least that's what she said. I can hear movement behind the door. So we kind of know you're there. So we came back 5 minutes later, if maybe they will reappear. They didn't reappear, but something disappeared from the table, a cell phone. So I guess nobody was here, but it must have been a magic. Hello? All right, I guess we'll go. Nice offices, by the way. We're in front of the company's headquarters, that company that we're filming about, and they're pretending not to be there. Kind of cowardish, because on one hand they're trying to sue us, and on the other hand, when we show up with a camera, they're hiding behind the door, trying to be quiet and turning off the lights in their offices. I just don't get that. So I hope all the officials, the Department of Highways, the Ministry of Interior, this company, everyone will put their hats together and will say, let's solve it, because it's a tiny problem to solve that creates a huge problem on an image of our country. I just saw the biggest lightning of my life. We're the honest guides. People were asking us if we work here. No, we don't. We kind of unofficially work for our country because we want it to be good and we wanted to treat you good and we want you to come happy and leave happy. That's our goal. We run an entire channel on that, so if you subscribe, it'll make us happy. And I'm going to get soaked wet because our car is all the way out there. So we just arrived to the border to film about the highway vignettes and the problem here. And you just went to get a coffee to the gas station. And what did they tell you? Why there's no coffee?
Today, cash only.
Oh, you got no cash, huh? Yeah, that's an issue here. Welcome to the Cheese Republic. I got some cash, bro.
Mom.
And in the end, we're going to teach you a Czech word, and that is how to say a gateway. So gateway in Czech is
Vstupní brána.
Gateway.
Vstupní brána.
So, vstupní brána to Czech Republic is this horrible place.